Hi, love. How are you? Thanks for coming, keeping me accountable, keeping me disciplined, keeping me excited to be in connection with the heart practice. I just came from yoga, and I had been off yoga for a while, and this is a new style of yoga that I'm trying out, and I decided that I wanted to learn how to do a handstand because I'm like not a good, I'm not like a professional yoga student, that's like can do all these postures really well, and then it's not about that really, right? It's about really coming into an embodiment of the movements of the breath in all the nooks and crannies, and just creating more freedom, in the body. And I also wanted to get the strength, right? So I wanted to learn how to do a handstand. And today I'm almost, almost, or a headstand. Almost. It's about building the foundation, and then you don't have to kick. Then it's just like happens on its own, right? For those of you who, do this very well. Hi, fly. It's a big fly. Those big flies, I try to let them out because they're huge and they get really loud when they get upset and want out. So they're just like, open, open, open. But yeah, so we'll see how it goes. It's not that comfortable having a big fly buzzing around your head while you're doing practice. So what's running in you? What do you bring into the practice that needs touching, needs more freedom, or just needs to be acknowledged just the way it is? Just to like, hey, everybody, everything wants to be seen. Look at me. What's running in me? Well, it's the new moon coming in at the end of the week. And gosh, we're, in these astrological times where it's pretty an intense lineup. And these, opposite polarities, movement forward, and it's like no structure, anchor down, dissolution, dissolving, rigidities. And then it's like, well, focus, we need focus, focus, focus. I mean, there's all these energies that, have different traits, right? Different, stimulates different frequencies in us, different movements in us, right? An example, I really did not want to come out of hibernation, but there's just, the energy just feels like it's egging me on, like, oh, and spring does that anyways, it's just like things are blooming, the energy, things are wakening up, and, the nature in you is starting to feel that, so it's natural. But then you have also Mars lining up, with Saturn, and then I think it's like, what is it? Like Jupiter or something? I don't know. Not that plugged in, in all the details, but I know it's these frictional energies that we're sitting in. But, if you think about the blade of grass just making its way up through the dirt, through the soil, through the rocks, through the concrete, I mean, it's kind of like that. So for me, it's reminding me of where I have been, because I'm checking the pulse to see if what I have in me actually is aligning with what I want to put outside of me. And it's not really aligning yet. It's like, it's like I'm pulling up the seeds without it having to really root and open up and grow, that kind of thing. Or it's like still pregnant, don't want to, we'll have to wait for the natural timing of things to just be birthed and open up the breath in that level of awareness of being patient with yourself, but still be in movement, right? So it's not passive, but still be in movement. So how can we be in movement in a way that still nourishes us, that feels like satiates that feeling of, moving forward, still laying down, moving towards something that we are excited about, that we want to create, that, a transition, something that we're moving out, something that we are wanting to complete. All of these desires. Oh my God, I just saw these two, wow, lizards fighting on the roof here, and one is bigger than the other, and they're quite violent with each other. Oh, okay. Maybe that's not fighting. I don't know. Okay. Maybe that's how they're mating. I don't know. I've never seen lizard mate, but oh yeah. Okay. They're like these big, they're quite big, like this size. They don't eat each other, do they? Because, so, might be, yeah. Oh, Lord. Have mercy. Okay. They got away. That one got away, and the other guy is just standing there going like, woo, woo. So funny. I had a lizard in my kitchen, and he didn't want to go out. I was trying to get him out. I opened the window and opened the door because he was right next door to the window frame. And then I turn around to pick something up to like grab it with, and I turn around, he's gone. And I don't think that he actually jumped out the window, so he's still in the kitchen somewhere. All right, practice. All right, love, if you're still with me, let's check in. Just come into the, like, where is the breath right now here? Are we stacking our spine into an erect position? It's really efficient position so that the heart and the lungs have enough space to move freely, yeah. It's important. There's this thing that's said, like, structure and follow function, and function follows structure. So we want all the support that we can get by placing our body in a really upright, open position. And another thing, this is what my yoga teacher, spread your buttocks, spread your cheeks with your buttocks. I love when she says, make your buttocks smile. Yeah. So like, and when you do that, you kind of come down further. Yeah. So you're really feeling rooted in your seat. And which good if you're sitting on a chair with your feet on the floor. If you have your hips a bit higher than your knees, or if you're sitting cross-legged, have your hips a little higher than your knees, about 1 to 2 inches. Just make sure that the energy and the breath can just move through freely. And while we are up in the head, because that's usually where our concentration of energies is, let's see if we can bring our attention to our ears and relax the inner ear. So if you could just relax the inner ear, soften the inner ear, and then wiggle the outer ear. Just wiggle the outer ear. So it's like an intention more than an actual movement. So just imagine that you're wiggling the outer ear. So even if you're not doing it, you're sending impulses into the nervous system saying, wiggle your ears, wiggle your ears. And so even if you're not physically doing it like a big movement right now, it still is taking notes to wiggle your ears. And in that transmission of that data of like wiggling her ears, wiggle her ears, and the brain's like, wiggle her ears. She wants to freaking wiggle her ears. Let's do it. There is a broadening of the awareness in the head and a relaxation of areas that unconsciously we're just holding on to. So we shift a little bit of the awareness and energy in the head, and so that opens up the breath and the energies, and helps to also drop the jaw a little bit, like the temporomandibular joint that we have. There's such strong muscles holding that joint together, and we tend to clench onto it, that joint, and it gets pretty loaded, and that could create a lot of pressure that translates into the head. So sometimes I just think about wiggling my ears, and what happens is that even my jaw kind of moves a little bit when I try to wiggle my ears. You know, because remember, 40% of your proprioceptive information goes through the jaw. So you kind of go like, oh, trying to wiggle it. Yeah, so just fun play to help release some surface tension and some deeper distribution of your energy in the head. All right, love. Let's soften the neck and throat and open up our nostrils. See if we wiggle our nostrils a little bit as we breathe in. Yeah. And with our next breath, let's ride our breath into the heart. And let's open up our breathing, roll the breath in and out of the area of the heart. See if you can open up the breath, maybe perhaps to the 6 counts of in breath and 6 count out breath. Make it deeper and wider than you normally breathe, everyday natural breathing. So that we can open up and activate those beautiful transformative energies in the heart. Mobilize the heart, mind. Engage it by rolling the breath in and out from the area of the heart. Through the nose in and out, or through the nose in and the mouth out. If you're breathing through the nose, just make sure that you separate your teeth so they're not touching. But you might have your mouth closed still. Beautiful. And see what you're meeting here, what's arising when you are just bringing your attention softly to the heart, rolling the breath in and out from the heart, either through the sides, the back, in and out, or the front, however is most natural for you. And just keep imagining, sensing, and intending for this breath to just, with each in-breath and out-breath, just expand the heart. Imagine that the heart is just opening up more and more. Softening more and more. Allowing whatever wants to arise to arise. And release any expectation of this practice. Beginner's mind, beginner's heart, baby again. Just being here, connected to this heart field. It's always here. It's cultivated and created and maintained by all beings that have a pulse. Mama has a pulse, you know, this planet. She has a big pulse, a heartbeat. And when we come into coherence, in the 0.1 hertz coherence frequency, we line up. It coincides with her beautiful frequencies, and we line up, and we become coherent with her as well. We're never separated from our nature. And she's never separated or apart from us, right? So here we go. See if you can roll at the end of the inhalation. See if you can soften the breath a little bit, the edges, and then come to the exhalation. And soften it and come in again. And soften at the top of the inhalation. And soften as we come back in to bring in the breath into the heart. And out. And if you find that the exhalation is longer, it's more comfortable to do a longer exhalation, then please do so, right? As we are recycling these residual air pockets, the residual air that's at the bottom of our lungs, that's the residual air. There's a particular level of percentage, I don't know if it's 10 or 20%, it's just never that's always there, that residual air. So sometimes exhaling further, deeper, we are also recycling that residual air. And this is why we feel more present in our body when we do that. We might also experience a shift in our vision when we do that. Things might become a little bit more brighter. Even our internal vision, right? So keep opening up the breath and breathing. I know there's this effortless effort, or we want to keep opening up the breath. This is the sort of the yoga before we go in further into the body. We just have to activate the whole system. So let's bring a beautiful heart feeling aboard. Let's activate through sense memory, a thought, an image. We can think of someone or somebody or something that we love doing to bring and activate in the yumminess feeling of gratitude or care, appreciation. I am so appreciative of you right now sitting here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It warms my heart, truly. And I feel if you are open to it, and this is not for everyone, but if you're open to it, to receive, as we are feeling this feeling of care or appreciation or compassion for something or someone. Once we have that feeling, we let go of the thought or the image that activated it. Just simmer in the yumminess of this moment, of this internal state. Just simmer in it. And perhaps we can, with our breath, we can bring our breath into the back body from the heart and just see how it is to soften in the back body and breathe this feeling, this yumminess into the back body, up and down the spine. See if you can just on the front of the spine and the back body, just cascade it up and down. And anything in the back body that needs this broader, softening space of awareness and this feeling, this heart feeling. We acknowledge that, the area, or if there's an image that comes up, or there's a thought that comes up, we acknowledge it, and then we come back to the feeling as we are breathing this feeling up and down our spine. Letting go of anything that we're holding on to that is not ours, consciously and unconsciously, that we're holding on to that is not ours. Behind the heart, the spine behind the heart, highly affected area when it comes to just being in the sympathetic stress mode, you know, that it's a huge area of nerve bundles there representing that sympathetic plexus there. So right behind the heart, we can just soften that area and just breathe into just pour this feeling of gratitude, appreciation, care. We care for it. We care. We are here to care for ourselves. Just loving on that back body, knowing that it can release all that it doesn't need to hold on to anymore. We just make that an intention, set that intention, give the back body permission to just release, soften around anything that's too cumbersome right now and that definitely that is not ours. Sometimes when we bring our intention and our attention to that area, we can feel a little bit more pressure tightening, as there's so much energy that we load into that area. And so when we bring our intention and attention into it, we come upon it and we become aware of it. So it's not always that we are creating it with our attention, we're just being reminded, we are acknowledging what's already there. And we just want to say, hey, I love you, I care. Let's pour some softness and breath into that area while still keeping our spine erect. We soften all around the spine, whole back body. Let the skin drop. Imagine your skin on the back just dropping down. And we can do this with the breath as we exhale through the heart into the back body and down. We inhale, coming up the front body back into the heart. We exhale through the back, through the heart, out through the heart to the back. Exhale out, down the spine, the back body. Inhale from the front body. So kind of like circular, where we are touching and softening. We're touching this particular pattern that always is occurring within us. But now we are just becoming aware of this particular breathing pattern. And we are bringing our awareness and our love to just support it. Know that we are here. And bringing this feeling of, again, a yumminess feeling to that breathing pattern as we're sitting in it. All right, come back to that feeling whenever you are noticing that you come away from it. It's really important to hold the feeling. So let go of anything else if you compromise the feeling with too much thinking, and just sit in the feeling. I sometimes will just speak out the word I care and drop it kind of like a mantra, like like a sutra into that breathing pattern. I just drop it. I care, I care, I care, I care, I care, I care, with my breath. And I do it quietly to myself internally as I breathe. It is impossible to do that simultaneously as you are feeling doubt or fear or anger or being indifferent. It's very hard to do both. So if you just come into the feeling, or if you just say, I care, I care, I care, you will be shifting into the renewal state immediately. And notice what's running in you. Notice how the shifts, any shift, notice it. That's it. You say, that's it. That's it. That's it. It's kind of like giving your subconscious body a high five. Like, that's it. That's it. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. That's it. All right, so again, for you that feels, if you're still with me, love, that you want to receive, let's come back into the heart. And then let's radiate this yumminess feeling to each other. So I intend, I imagine, I sense your presence here. And I'm sending the yumminess feeling, running the current of appreciation and gratitude through the heart. Out through my field, my immediate field, into your field, into your heart field, where you can receive it if you wish. And as I soften and open my heart and just sense with all my senses the feeling, the heart feeling, intending it to just flow naturally, steadily, harmoniously, all the way into your heart field. And I am receiving yours. And this is always occurring when we are connecting with each other, when we acknowledge each other, our fields acknowledge each other first, and then we become cognitive of it. This is the beauty of the heart mind. It knows before our head and mind knows. And with this closing, I release all and everything. And in the name of unconditional love, in the name of compassion, in the name of recognition of you and myself, which is namaste. It's another word for it. May we walk with the knowing that our uniqueness belongs to this unified field of heart. May our unique individual desires of our own lives and the lives outside of us be united in this heart field, be supported by this heart field. May the obstacles that life throws us be released into solution consciousness in this heart field when we open up the intuitive powers of the heart to guide us and navigate our path to lead from this place of our own inner being. Trusting that we are supported, knowing that we are supported, knowing that inherent in us lies this amazing ability to rise towards the highest, most harmonious relations with ourselves and others, because it gives us so much joy. And so with all this yumminess on board, I thank you so much for being here today. Have an awesome day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please share with me anything that you want to share as far as what's running in your universe today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you next time. So much love.